They've given you a definition of Schumpeter. So he has defined a woman entrepreneur. So entrepreneur in the sense they were defining about totally about the men or in general. Here Schumpeter has defined woman entrepreneur exclusively as a person who innovates, imitate or adopt to any business activity. That person will be called as a woman entrepreneur. That woman will be called as a woman entrepreneur. So that's the definition about Schumpeter about the women entrepreneurs. Next, they've given that the government of India, if you see, it is based on women participating in equity and employment of business enterprise, has defined entrepreneurs as. So, the government of India's definition for women entrepreneur: an enterprise owned and controlled by a woman having a minimum financial interest of 51% of capital and giving at least 51% of employment generated in the enterprise to women. So if an enterprise which has 51% of capital and it must generate 51% of employment to other women, then the person who has started that business is a woman entrepreneur. Then only she is considered as a woman entrepreneur. Next, if you see, they've given us a diagram of opportunities for women entrepreneurs. So roughly around 7 opportunities they've given. So all of these opportunities, if you see, maximum they are about the schemes, plans introduced by the self-help groups, introduced by the government. So those only we are going to see over here. The first few are the basic ones. So the first one is opportunities based on business we are going to see. So on the basis of business, what all a woman can start, what all, where and all opportunities are there for a woman to start a business. So if you take the manufacturing, okay, so women nowadays can manufacture agarbatti, they have puppet making, pickle making, jams, juices. Okay, now if you see, we are all totally developed. YouTubers are there, new content and something and all. This is according to the old census and the old syllabus, right? So they've given there agarbatti manufacturing, puppet making, bedspread making, embroidery, tailoring, handicrafts, apparel manufacturing, sweet stalls they'll keep, soft drinks, pickles. So in all these things, they manufacture their product and they sell it to the customers. So in the manufacturing sector, if you see, women can have opportunities in all these sectors, all these business enterprises. Next, if you see, they've said about the service industry. So in a service industry, if you see, she can have a opportunity in catering service, she can run a computer center, she can run tutorial centers, typewriting institutions, beauty parlors, dry cleaning, small restaurants, tailoring, crèche, florist shop, or event management. So these are the places where she has an opportunity in service industries. Next is they've given about the trading ventures, that is to buy and sell. So what kind of business she can do in buy and selling? She can open out a fancy store, diagnostic center where you go take your test and all those things. If she is educated about that, got training for it, she can open a diagnostic center, milk distribution centers, sweet stalls, drug store, grocery store, cool drinks, coffee parlor, cell phone repair shops, or the recharge shops, photo studios, Xerox shops, then working woman hostel she can start with. Next is more than this. So all these three, if you see, a moderately educated woman, that is I finished schooling. So with that education which she has gotten schooling, she can do all these things. Highly educated, that is more than schooling, graduation, post graduation if she is done. What kind of opportunities are there for a woman entrepreneur? So they are called as women technocrats. Okay, so they can run institutions, hospitals, coaching centers, diagnostic laboratories, manufacturing activities, media, call centers, YouTube, etc., social media platform. So wherever they get the opportunities, highly educated women technocrats can have that opportunity, use that opportunity, and they can do business. So they are These are the four are these opportunities which are based on the business what they're going to start. Next is the opportunity of financial assistance. How a woman can, of course, if you're going to start a business, you need money to start the business. So how a woman can financially aid herself, from where she can get the finance? Definitely, if she goes and asks in her family, if it is a supportive family, that's different. But always when a woman puts forth an idea about starting a business and requests for a financial assistance, no one will come forward to help. That is the basic truth. Okay, so how they're going to get financial assistance? So all the banks of India provide financial support to women. So they give loans in the form of micro, small, or medium loans for buying raw materials and equipments. It's not a loan for the full process of business, it's only for raw materials and equipments, right? Next, what kind of non-financial support she can get? Okay, financially she can get the support from all kinds of banks in India. Non-financially, what kind of support? Okay, so she can put a policy, regulations and legal structures can be relaxed for her. So if she's starting a business, of course she has to get the certificate of incorporation, certificate of commencement of business, and a lot of legal formalities will be there. So that can be relaxed for her. Next is financial counseling and training is given. Business advice will be given, handling legal barriers, if any problem is there, how to handle it, establishing commercial linkage. So previously, first when you start, you won't have any contact. So how to establish a contact, how to do trade, how to do business will be educated to her. Then client research, where you can find your genuine client, your customer. Client research and profitability and efficiency analysis, offering and designing the products they need, low rate of interest loans, then collateral free loans also are given, simplified processing systems. So all the legal system paperwork are being simplified, flexible repayment system. So these are the ones which are non-financially certain governments and self-help groups are able to give the woman as an opportunity. Next opportunity which is being created is by the associations, that is the self-help group. So the self-help group, what kind of help they provide is a large list is there. Okay, so various kinds of self-help groups, that is SHG in short, have been working towards women entrepreneurship, how to boost them and how to bring them in this economy and to develop their particular business. So all that short forms, everything are self-help groups, FIWE, WIT, SIDO, NABARD, SEVA, Awake, TSS, our Stand-up India, TREAD, which we learnt in Government Entrepreneur Scheme Skills also is for the women, exclusively for the women. So all the names which they have given over there are associations which have come forward to help out women entrepreneurs to gain an importance in the economy. Right. So similarly, they said MSE, Cluster Development Program, bear a substantial portion. That is, they bear the cost of the venture. That is, any business they're going to start, a particular percentage of cost for that business will be borne by this MSc, Madras School of Economics. So that is also there, which is going to help out our Indian women, which is giving an opportunity for our Indian women entrepreneurs. Next, what the government has created, if you see, here comes our Stand Up India scheme for the entrepreneurs, then trade related entrepreneurship assistance and development for women. Then you got a lot of schemes given by the government, Mahila Koyar Yojana, Mahila E-Hath, Magalir Udavi scheme, which is very famous between our Chennai people. Then Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, you got the development of women and children in rural India, Mudra Yojana, Yodni scheme and Trisem. So these are the schemes which is given by the government to help out women entrepreneurs. Then you have the training program. So giving them scheme is not enough. You must train them in order to make them capable of executing their skill. So what kind of training programs were given? So, National Skill Development Policy and the National Skill Development Mission in 2009 was introduced to provide skill training. So, whatever talent they have, how they're going to implement the idea what they have is called skill training, vocational training, how they are going, vocational education in the sense how they are going to talk to another client or another customer, how they're going to take the business to the next level, entrepreneurship development. So what these training programs are going to do is they're going to catalyze the emergence. That is, they're going to act as a spring to boost the advancement of women entrepreneurship in India. So like that, if you see down, they've given 6 training centers or training programs, which is exclusively for the women given by the government. So step also we saw in entrepreneurship scheme. Then DWCRA, Development of Women and Children in Rural Areas, Small Industry Service Institutes, State Financial Corporation, National Small Industry Corporations, District Industrial Centers. So all these are training programs introduced by the government to improve the skills of the women entrepreneurs. Lastly, what we have is Consortium of Women Entrepreneurs of India. So here, this is a civil society which was established in 1996. It is a non-profit organization. In account second chapter, we have non-profit organization, right? So it is one of a non-profit organization. So profit is not the motive, service is the motive of these organizations. It is being recognized by the Government of India. It is a member of the National Board of Ministry of MSME. MSME is micro, small, medium enterprises. So it is working very closely towards improving the women entrepreneurship in rural areas. That is to give rural development. So what do they do to give that rural development is they've given out in 6 points over there. First one is acting as a springboard, that is boosting up women entrepreneurship. Then secondly, achieve high economic empowerment. So giving that how to achieve and giving that importance to women in the society. Then catalyst to improve women folk to natural resources. So using the natural resources, how a woman can do business. So acting as a improvement or a catalyst or a spring to boost up women and increase their interest over natural resources. Then giving them technological support, quality control, marketing, how to do marketing, and technological support again to women-owned enterprises. Then they spread the knowledge about how a woman entrepreneur must be and what are the various government schemes. Most of the government schemes we also won't know. So once you get into the field, you have to go for all these trainings. You have to put in yourself into these uh, what to say as meetings and whatever programs they have held for women entrepreneurs, then only you'll come to know. You will be introduced to a lot of schemes, programs which are given by the government to help you out to do the business. Then lastly, they've said that Women Consortium is an agency providing a comprehensive service of various types of women-owned enterprise. So that Women Consortium all together, they give a various amount of opportunities to women and help them out in different skills in different areas, in different sectors to bring out their particular idea of women entrepreneurship to a success.